I need you to be listening to this next presentation, because everything that each of your groups write will be action steps, purpose statements and action steps to make sure the kids emulate the portrait of a graduate the day they walk out of the school district. And to do that is going to be our student group. Would you please come forward? I'm just turning it over. I'm sure somebody has the lead here, right?
Well, I'm going to just give a quick introduction for this group. And really, I was sitting back there talking with Tricia, how did this evolve that we ended up with a student group? And that was kind of an organic process that developed when we heard that a couple other Portrait of a Graduate, I guess, schools had included some students. So that drove us then to think about, would we want to do that? And our middle school staff stepped up, recommended some of the students, and then they all said yes, and we ended up putting them into 3 teams. And up here you will see a group that ended up into 3 teams, 7th and 8th graders. So we've got Reed Clover right here, Gavin Hike, Stella Hardwick, Grace Reynolds, Nora Trees, Maisie Morrison, Colby Weaver, Riley Warren, and Maddie Aleste. So we can go to the next slide real quick. Our implementation team, we ended up with a Portrait of a Graduate group consisting of Kara, myself, Melissa, and Tricia. This was one of our early mock-ups that we did, and probably also drove us to think maybe the students could put something together that maybe looks a little bit better. So next slide, please. This is how the teams kind of ended up forming, and I will turn it over to Reed, and he will take over.
So
next slide, please.
So ours was called Journey to New Heights. We thought that would be a good name since it was our first project and we wanted something that would be related to success for the graduate. We used 4 words: grow, explore, learn, and serve, with some pictures to explain that. At the bottom, we used a person and a dog. We used 3 to show the growth and over time. We used the heights background, kind of different shades of orange leading into darker brown, almost black. And then we used the sentences at the bottom just to describe what it was about and the purpose of it. And then on the back side of the second page, we went deeper into the 4 words and we explained what they were and how we can show that and how graduates can show that. And we put pictures and we used the background that we thought would be related to it. And we just wanted to make sure that anybody that's a graduate would have a step in right now.
Our group, our first POG was we had many orange colors, and we had reaching new heights instead of journey new heights, and that was we went back and forth between the 2. We had our graduate growing up from going from elementary to middle school and high school. And on the back we have our symbols that represent each of the 4 words and more bullet points to explain and go in deeper explanation of the words.
So for our group's Portrait of a Graduate, we really liked how the other groups had incorporated the 2 pages, but we wanted to make it a lot more simple. So we decided to take the 4 words and include them on the first page. So similar to the other groups, we just had our 4 words and descriptions of how we're going to. And we just added graphics, and just like the other groups, we had a circle with our 4 words and graphics. And we used reaching new heights because I think that's what it's thinking.
So at the beginning of our journey, we did mock interviews with some of the HHMS students and staff and just other faculty members. And this really just helped us prepare for our first big presentation, which was in November. We did that here. They gave us lots of feedback that overall just helped our POGs, how we presented, just everything like that. It also helped us like create our new POGs, which you'll see later. I think they're pretty cool. But
So after we had our mock presentations, we began presenting here to all of you. And this really helped us. We started refining our portrait of the graduates, and we got a bunch of feedback from the community members, business representatives, and the school representatives, which really helped us create our final POG that we have today.
So after we presented here, we took all of your feedback and we decided that we can do a lot better. So we took ideas and all sorts of things from all different portraits of a graduate and ended up with this, which we then brought and showed to other people, which I can pass this over to you.
So we went to one zone and we met with Jack and Vanessa and he showed us his portrait of a graduate that he made, and he used the primary colors blue, green, red, and yellow. And there was a big debate that we should use, if we should use those colors or the husky colors. And so we thought we should use the husky colors because it would fit our school more.
This is what Jack gave us, and as you can tell, that's what the primary colors that we used, and we still had the debate on the husky colors, and we had incorporated bits of everyone's portrait of a graduate in, so everyone was represented well, and yeah.
We learned a lot of different skills that from the POG process. And we learned a lot of different Canva techniques and utilization from different school board members. And we also learned a lot of time management and how to meet deadlines. We figured out throughout the process that we had a deadline that we had to meet. So we had to kind of work a little faster than we would think we would. And then we also learned a lot about compromising, and just each group I feel like had disagreements and everything, but we each had to learn off of each other and just compromise and put different things into our presentation. And then we also learned a lot about leadership and maturity. We, when we presented, we learned different skills for that. And we learned a lot through creativity, and we were able to learn from different people about different things that we can use. Some skills that we've learned was just being able to occur the stuff that we learned today throughout our life in the future. And that's being able to communicate and collaborate with people we may not know super well or even know. We just need to work well as a team. We also learned how to take criticism and put it into our work. If someone didn't like something, we put it in our way, but also taking their advice. We also learned a lot of presentation skills through just coming here and being able to present in front of everybody. And lastly, we learned to be confident through what we did. This was our final portrait of graduate that we all decided on. We went to the husky colors and we used a lot of the one zone projects, and we included a lot of everybody's.
Very good. One thing that I will say, one, let's give a big round of applause. I probably could get a little teary-eyed, but ultimately, as we sat down yesterday and really talked about what did you learn, everything that you've seen here truly has been them. I was guide on the side. I learned a lot just by watching them, not just in Canva, but all the things that they said they learned. Those are their words, not mine. And I think, and I told them yesterday, this is exactly what this whole thing is about.
I was getting ready to say that.
Yes, and what we're doing through Ford is what they just experienced. They went on a field trip. They did the things. They did not always agree on things and had some disagreements. And those skills, I think you see on display here. And want to thank, I think, everybody for being here. And one of the things they said yesterday was, they were like, should we ask, does anybody have any questions? So if you do have any questions, they are here to answer for you. And again, maybe one more round of applause for them.